everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday and it's also the last Friday of September. So we will be talking today about our debt-free Friday items, our weekly debt payment, as well as our weekly side hustle income. And we will also be going over a recap of the month. So I will be going over our normal debt trackers, and then I'll also be going over this debt tracker, which just goes a little bit more in depth about our month as a whole. And then I also have our yearly debt payoff tracker to update. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to start with our starting debt. I just like to do this because even though I know a lot of you have been around for a long time, there are usually some people who find me from these videos. So I just like to give a little bit of a recap. So 132,404 was the starting balance for both of my sets of student loans. I did have private student loans previously. Those got paid off back in 2020. And now I am focusing on my federal loans. So our weekly starting, and I'm sorry, usually I pre-write some of this stuff so that it goes a little faster, but I have had a really crazy work week, and I am literally filming this in the 30-minute span that I have of free time before I need to get running again. So this video might be a little bit scattered, but I am doing my best. It's our busiest time right now at work from now until the end of the year. So I'm just very busy right now, but I'm trying to still make sure that I get these videos up because they help to keep me accountable, and I want to make sure that we are continuing to end this year strong. So our payment for this week was $1,290. That was after me scraping up any excess that we had in our budget for the month of September. So the last payment, I usually will kind of consolidate my budget, make sure I'll kind of start doing my budget recap, even though the month isn't technically over yet. Obviously today is the 24th, so we still have, almost a week left in the month, but I kind of start the process and just put in anything that I can. And then I estimate, what are we going to have left over at the end of the month, if anything, and then I will put that extra to debt as well as any side hustle income. So this was, I think, the highest payment we had this month. Yes, this was our highest payment of the month. Typically, our last payment tends to be the highest payment because I'm usually able to scrape a little bit from our regular budget at the end of the month. So then our weekly ending is at $23,450, which puts us at 82.29%. So that's really exciting. We are cruising through the 80s. I'm hoping by the end of the year we'll be in the 90s. So I'm really excited about that. And that leaves our paid to date at 108,954. So that is how much that we have paid off. That is just the principal amount. So obviously we have paid, tens of thousands of dollars in interest over the last few years, although I'm very lucky that the majority of my loans are federal. Well, they all are now, but the majority of my loans were federal even when I had private. So we have had a large break on the interest, which has been seriously incredible. I know a lot of you guys feel the same way, that interest being at zero has really allowed us to make this much progress on the debt. So I'm really excited to see where we will be at when the interest starts accruing again. I am hoping possibly we might be debt free and we will never have to pay interest again on this because I don't even want to add up. I actually thought about that the other day. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that. I could try to figure out how much interest we've paid. I'm kind of scared though. I don't even know if that's a good idea to mess with that, but I was thinking about it the other day because I was I would be interested and also not interested in knowing how much interest we've paid over the last, 10 years that I've had these loans, and also on my private student loans. Although my private student loans have traded hands a bit. They were previously with another person, and then in 2019, I think they got moved to a different. So they've had different vendors. So I don't even know if that would really be possible for me to figure out, but it would be interesting and also sad. So side hustle income for this week. So I cut it off the day that I filmed this video. So today is actually Thursday, the day that I'm filming this, Thursday afternoon. And so I'm cutting it off on the 23rd. So the first thing we had was AdSense, YouTube AdSense. So my channel is monetized, so I do receive a little bit of extra income. Actually, August, so this is the payment for August. So this is all of the money that I made in August that gets paid in September. August was by far my best month on YouTube ever. It was really an awesome month, and I thank you guys so much, because obviously it's because of you that I am earning this income. So thank you so much for watching my videos as always. I so appreciate it. September is shaping up to not be as good of a month. I think August I just had a lot more views, and you know, YouTube is very like finicky, and obviously there will be, you know, peaks and valleys in your income from YouTube. So, you know, my next AdSense check will probably be significantly smaller, but that is all good. I am so grateful for this money. Obviously, that went all to debt. This is actually not the amount that I made. I put, and I know I explain this every time, but I just don't want to confuse anybody. So my YouTube AdSense check gets deposited into my tax savings sinking fund account, and I keep that completely separate, and then I pull out 85% of it. So this is the 85%. So if you want to figure that out, just add 15%, and that was what the actual total was. But I just do that because it's easier for me to not even see the total money and then just pull out the 85%. So that's just how it is. I actually have thought about possibly moving my Instacart to also do the same thing with Instacart, since those payouts tend to be a little bit higher, but I haven't really made a decision on that. Anyways, I always pull taxes out of all of my income, but this is just easier for this money to get put into that account directly, and I also just want to just keep it separate. So that's kind of the way that I'm doing that. So that was $181.33 that I am putting towards my debt this week. And then I also made $2.03 from Etsy. And last, I made $10.20 from Surveys on the Go, my old faithful Surveys on the Go. That was actually my husband that cashed out this time. You'll see in a minute. So I always do the side hustle income recap for the whole month. And if you guys have been following along with my Debt-Free Fridays the month of September, I was kind of coining it as Side Hustle September, just as a fun way to motivate myself to just earn a little bit of extra side hustle income. Obviously, all of our side hustle income goes to debt. So I feel like focusing on that is a way that I'm able to just put the most effort towards paying down debt. So that's kind of what I chose to focus on in September. So this week we made $193.56, and then I'm just going to go over the entire month and we can see how much we got for side hustle income in September, because I think this is interesting, and I always do have a goal. My goal for this month, which was originally $250, which has been my goal for a while, but I decided to bump it up to $500 in the second week of September, I think. So we bumped that goal up quite a bit because I was really just feeling motivated. I feel like I'm now in my second trimester of pregnancy, and the last few months I have just been like exhausted and really struggling, and now I feel like I'm finally in like the good part of pregnancy, and I'm trying to take advantage of that by really going hard on my side hustles. So we'll see how October goes. I might be taking a little bit more of a break in October. We will see. So for the first thing, so again, this is the totals for the entire month. So we made $10.57 from Etsy. We made $19.60 from Poshmark, and $35 from Facebook Marketplace. Let's see, $70 from bowling. If you were here for that Debt-Free Friday, my husband won like a little series or tournament or whatever for bowling, and he got part of his registration fee back. So that went to debt because that was not a amount of money that we were expecting. So any unexpected money, we always put to debt. We made $115.75 from Surveys on the Go. What? That is insane. Every single month, I am just like in awe of what we are able to make from Surveys on the Go. It's just crazy to me. I seriously love it. They have no affiliation with me. Don't have an affiliate. I have nothing. I have no sponsors. Zero. They have no idea that I exist, but I will still talk about them every single week like I am sponsored, because I really feel like it is a valuable side hustle, especially for working moms or moms that are at home and can't like go out and do like a physical side hustle. I think it's just awesome for everybody. It's super easy. The surveys are you know, they take time, but like they're reasonably simple. And then we had our YouTube AdSense that we just talked about. And finally, we had Instacart. So that was where I made the most money this month, $235.04. And that leaves us, oopsie, should probably write Instacart. So that leaves us with a total, I already totaled this because I didn't want to mess it up, $667.29. Obviously, that is more than our original goal. Well, it's definitely more than our original goal and even more than our updated goal. That is an incredible amount of side hustle income. That all went to debt. I did pull some out for taxes, obviously, and my YouTube AdSense is after tax, but that primarily went to debt, which is another reason why we were able to make such huge progress in the month of September, even though September was a pretty like standard income month for us outside of our side hustle income. Next, we are going to move into all of the sheets we have to update for this month. So the first sheet that I'm going to update is our Target loan tracker. I will be filling in 6.5 icons on this one, which will finish off this bottom row here. And then we will just have one more row left. If you notice, our icons are about $200, which means that our balance is about $2,000 after this month. So next month is the month that this will be gone forever. And I know a lot of you guys are so excited about that. So I will be filling in 6.5 icons on this one. This is the total tracker that I started as of January 1st when our balance was $64,700. I will be filling in 2 icons on this one, and I will play some music and then be back to finish out the rest of our sheets for this video. In your arms of gold. In your arms of gold. It's funny how easily a life can be torn apart. Why couldn't I simply see that I was sick at heart and I am in deep debt? The climb we did was unreal. You made me so speechless. I just can't believe it. You broke the coldness somehow. All right, so there is the progress for this week. I'm so excited. This one is, you know, it's taken a while, but that's okay. I'm way more excited about our Target loan tracker because we only have one more row to color in on this one. And I'm so excited to not deal with this tracker anymore because yes, I am so sick of this loan and I feel like we've been working on it forever, but it is almost done. So super excited about that. So next, I'm just going to go into the September recap. So this is the sheet that I like to go over every single month. It's a little bit more detail on my loans. So if you're new here, especially, it's helpful. These are all of my outstanding federal loans that I have right now. As of September 1st, this was all of the balances. If you've been around here for a while, you know this is our current Target loan, and the reason I'm targeting this one is because it is over 5% interest rate. The rest of my loans are under 5% and they're pretty similar. So I decided after this Target loan is paid off, I will be switching back to the snowball method. So that is what we've decided to do for now. So, and then I'll go over some of the other recap as well. So the Target loan, we were able to get it down from $6,820 all the way down to, let me just make sure I'm saying this correctly from my Great Lakes account, all the way down to $2,070 this month, which is such an incredible, I'm so excited. I just can't even believe that we're almost done with this loan. When it started, it was over $20,000. So I'm just so excited to get rid of this. Once this one's paid off as well, my grad school will be paid off. So these are all my undergrad loans that I have left. And I'm just really excited to be officially an owner of my master's degree because I just feel like that's awesome. So that leaves, so our starting balance for September was $28,200. And that leaves our ending at $23,450. So I have nothing in the minimum payment column because obviously currently student loans are not in repayment. So we don't technically have to be making any payments right now, even though I am. And to be honest, I don't even know what my minimum payment is anymore because we have paid off such a significant amount of money since we started the forbearance back in March of 2020. So I don't even know what my minimum payment is anymore, to be honest. It doesn't show me on the website, so I'm not sure. But I would imagine it is significantly less. I think when I when the COVID forbearance started, I believe my minimum payment was $870. I would imagine it is at least half that by now because we've paid off so much. So under here, I have a little debt summary. I already filled this out because we just went over this in the Debt Free Friday. So take a look at this. We already went over this information, but so I'm not going to go over it again because it's already been talked about. And then I just like to do a little September payment recap. So if you have not been here for the entire month, these are the payments that we made each week this month. So I do make weekly payments. So we made a payment of $1,000 for the first week. We made a payment of $1,190 the second week, $1,270, and then the payment from today was $1,290. That brings us to a total of $4,750, which is awesome. That is definitely more than our planned payment originally. I always have a planned payment in mind for the month out of our regular budget. And then any extra income always gets allocated to debt. So our planned payment is usually actually bigger because we do always have some sort of side hustle income in some amount. So down here, I also just put a little October goals section. I thought this would be a fun addition to close out the month, just thinking ahead to the next month. So October goals for our debt are under $20,000. So obviously we are at $23,450 right now. So one of our October goals is to get under $20,000, which is actually our 2021 goal. So we will be meeting that goal early. I've kind of thrown that goal out of the window though, because I know we're going to meet it as far as like, if everything goes to plan with the next few payments, we will meet that goal. And I just want to get as low as possible. So I don't really have necessarily a goal anymore in mind for how much I want to get our debt down to, but it's, significantly less than what we have it at right now. So we will just see what happens the last few months of the year. I think that that's just the best thing for us right now, is just to not even have a rigid goal or anything. I just would like to get it as low as possible. So that is our first goal. And also to mention, October is a 5 paycheck month. I will link my October budget I just posted earlier this week. And if you want to check that out, you can see what our planned payment is for October. I believe it's around $5,500 because we do have a 5th check. We always budget based on 4 checks. So that entire 5th paycheck will go to debt. So those months that we have the 5th checks are always bigger debt payment months because we have that extra income. And then obviously we want to pay off our Target loan, which we already talked about. This $2,000 loan is going to be one of the first things that gets knocked out in the month. And we will honestly probably be able to knock out maybe these 4. I'm not sure. I'm not good at math in my head, but a $5,500 payment should knock out a majority of these, and we will be left with, 5 debts, maybe 6. So very excited about that. October is going to be an amazing month. And then the last October debt goal is to reach 85% paid off, which we should be able to do no problem. We're currently at 82%. So that is just a little mini milestone that we'll be hoping to meet in October. So that is it for this sheet. And then the final sheet that I have is just our yearly debt payoff tracker. So this is kind of something that I do similarly on Instagram as well, but I have a paper copy that I keep on our fridge. It just kind of motivates me to see like what we are doing every single month and just the payments. And I just love looking at this sheet. It is just so satisfying to me to see in one place like all of the progress we've made, and it's just really motivating to see this. So all of our payments for this month were $4,750, like we mentioned. Oops, sorry, don't mind my ice maker making noise back there. So that is one of our highest debt payoff months. It's pretty high compared to earlier in the year. So I'm really excited about that. October is probably going to be our highest month ever, at least for this month. I can't remember exactly what our highest month was in 2020 because I wasn't tracking as well as I am now, because that was pre me starting my debt-free Instagram and my debt-free YouTube. So I don't know what our biggest month in 2020 was. I could probably look back, but October is shaping up to be our biggest month of the year. And I'm also hoping that December will be a very high month for us for debt payoff too. We are expecting possible extra income in December as well. So these last 3 months of the year are probably going to be very big for debt payoff. And I'm just so excited because what a way to end the year. And I also can't believe that the year is 3/4 of the way over. It's just nuts. I feel like 2020 drug by and then like 2021 has been flying. So that is all I have for this video today for you for my September debt payoff journey recap. I love sharing these videos. So if you enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will talk to you in my next video. Bye guys.